One R380 gearbox, getting ready to strip this thing down. Never done a gearbox before. I've seen a few pictures of how it's done for the R380. I've got the actual service manual for this, which may help, so I sort of know what's coming. What I do know is you need a lot of Land Rover special tools. I'll probably be using mainly Land Rover tool number 1, which is going to be a huge hammer. I'm joking. But it does need a lot of tools to do this. I'm hoping I can get around them by some means. We'll see when it comes to that. If necessary, I'll have to buy them. They're really expensive as well for what they are. You're going to use them once, so it's a bit of a waste of money. So I've had this draining overnight. I've had it on its side, draining it as much of the oil out as possible. That's just the remainder of it that dripped fed last night. Got the rest of it there. I'm going to reuse this. It's only a couple of weeks old. I've been trying to get the gear change working, so I put a new oil in. Made no difference whatsoever. So first thing I'm going to do to strip this down is going to be the collar on the back side. So I'm going to get this thing stood up. I'm going to get some kind of matting to soak up any oil that comes out. When I say matting, it's a cardboard box really. So I'm going to get that sorted out, and then we'll have a go at stripping the collar off first of all, because that's the first huge task to get the collar out, which is on the TransferBox side over here, and it's further recessed than I thought, so you can get some grippers on there, but they have to be really thin. So we'll see how that goes, and see what tools I've got to get that thing off. It looks a lot worse than I thought it would be, but hey, we'll give it a go. I've got quite a good fit on this actually for the first go. We'll see how we do. I don't think these will be strong enough. I've tried to do pulleys before and these things bend before they actual get the pulley off. So let's see if we can get this collar going. I'm hopeful, but we'll see. So that's going to be a problem straight off. It's going to move the actual... So we're going to have to lock that somehow. Right, round one to the collar. It's just bending this thing up. I've got it wedged with a pry bar, but it's just bending the actual collar up. That's doing the pulling. So that's a failure. Plan B. I wonder whether I'll get the Plan Z or not. This is about take 3 or 4, I would imagine. And the collar will not come off, but hopefully this bad boy will bring it off. Now then, I have to figure out how it goes together. I seem to have more bits than I need. But this is seriously heavy duty, and hopefully it will get the job done. Right, I think that's going to go on there. Don't know. Just trying to figure out what goes where. I think that's that way. Like that. And the collar goes on there. Like that. I seem to have 2 spare bits. Don't know what they do. And then take this all the way in. I was going to heat the actual collar before doing this, but we'll see how it goes. I do believe it is moving. Could do with a bit of spanner setup than I've got. It's moving. she has surrendered. All that for that collar. Whew, that was tight. I can actually feel the flange where it goes up on there. But that's good. Another step down. We can crack on now. So this morning I've only got about an hour or so, and I just want to do a bit of preparation really. I want to mainly get the front off to drain a bit of oil out overnight. I don't want the oil going all over, so first off is this fella. I've had this off before. If you look at the slick shift video that I did, this is a grub screw and it is going to be in really tight. They are thread locked in, and I do suggest you use a proper good quality torque socket because you're probably only going to get one shot at getting this out. I've loosened this one off already. I did it last night just to make sure mine would go. But yeah, you're only going to get one good go at doing this, otherwise you're going to round it off and then you're going to be in a whole world of pain just to get this one grub screw out. So use a decent socket, clean out the actual torque inside so you can get a good purchase on, and then you can crack this one off, which I've done already. And with a bit of jiggling round, mine's stuck in gear. You should be able to pull this out. I think that's going to have to come all the way here. I'm going to take that all the way out and hopefully get a bit of movement on that. It's better. First piece off, wait, second piece, forward progress. Really nervous about these getting stuck on. Any of these bolts that are stuck, it's going to be a right pain. God, that was loose to start with, that one. What a time for my socket to pack in as well. It needs cleaning up or oiling. It's freezing here today again. That's why I'm only going to do an hour or so on this. Not sure how many bolts hold this on. It seems as though it's hung up somewhere still at the back. That's weird. Oh. That was a gasket holding that on. And quite a tough one as well. Alright, here we go. I'm going to get all the bits off first of all, and then I'm going to do the assessment of them all, clean up and assessment. So it's a case of getting as many bits off as I can at the moment. Right, another tricky torque one is going to be this fella in here. I'm going to try and loosen him up now, and if I can't, I'll do a clean out and get some heat on that. But this is also going to be quite a tricky one to get out. Alright, again, so it's a torque. That's not a bad fit in there. These things make me nervous because if they don't come out, you're in trouble. Oh, that's come out easy. There should be a spring and a ball in there, which I'll grab out with a magnet. Spring and come on. This is stuff you need to keep safe. I've got a box of parts going on over there. Alright, so that's that down. I'm happy about that. It was one of the sticking points. Next up, the input shaft front cover. This is the bell housing end, or the clutch end. So these look pretty clean anyway, so hopefully these will not be too tricky to get off. No idea what size, 12 or 13? Oh, 10. That's small. Relatively tight, but they're okay. So come on. Six of these. Nothing to it. Alright, that's those out. Needs a bit of persuasion to let go. I think I'm going to have to get some wood on that and give it a good old smack. Alright, there we go. Got a little bit more persuasive with a metal hammer. And that's the front cover off. And we'll have a look at the, gotta say, those shells look pretty good. Nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with that one either. Those are pretty good condition, as I thought really. It's more the dog teeth side that I've got the problem with. Alright, another part off and not too much oil coming out. That's just gasket sealant on there. And these are the bits I'm going to fight with. There's a bit of play in there, I've got to say. I have to see what the new one looks like. I just want to keep as much of this junk out as I can. Right, easy going so far, not a problem.